You are now listening to
Likely to Dispute,
hosted by Monkas, Reed, and Tyler. How's everybody doing? It's Cevan, aka the Monkas. Join with me today, as always, is Reed, but not Tyler. We have a special co-host today, Cam Thorn. This is episode 39 of Likely to Dispute.
Yes, we have the first episode since the pilot to not include all three co-hosts of the podcast. Tyler is on his honeymoon. I don't want to say a well-earned break because his team is ass cheeks, but a well-earned break asked for his wedding a few months ago. So, Cam, say what's up to the people. Your second appearance on the pod.
Well, yeah, what's up, fellas? Happy to be back.
Should be a good session here of just chopping it up. Don't have anything crazy going on this episode. We got a week 10 recap, a week 11 preview, but we have a special guest host. So that means we've got to get his power rankings here, see how he views the league. Everyone's tired of hearing of Cevan, Tyler, and I's thoughts on the league, thoughts on each team. So we're going to give Cam Thorn the floor here, walk through his power rankings for the league. So we're going to start from the bottom here. Number 12, we actually have a shocker right off the bat. He has Tyler as the last team and the worst team in the league. Cam Thorn, walk us through that, man.
I don't really have much to say about this one. He just really sucks. He's the worst team. Not a whole lot of anything going on. I don't know. There isn't much to say about him.
Yeah, so somehow I believe that Cevan and I would disagree that the team that is 2-8 is not the worst team in the league, but that's not at all a kudos to Tyler. It is more so not a kudos to your number 11 team, which is Schrader.
Yeah, Schrader, I don't know. I just kind of like his quarterback play. I'm a big Jackson Dart fan. And I think that with Bucky Irving being hurt and who knows when he's coming back, I think that Rashad White is a sneaky good player. Other than that, his team is in the same boat. They both suck.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy here to see. Like Schrader's, hopefully, guys, two quarterbacks of the future locked down here with Purdy and Dart. Not sure when Purdy will be back. Dart's already been hurt 7 times, so who knows? But at least he's got two quarterbacks that he feels good about. Tyler's got Scam Ward, and that's about it. Cevan, any thoughts on Scam Ward?
No thoughts. He is, as advertised, a scam.
Thoughts on the shakeup down here at 11 and 12, Cevan?
I don't hate it. Different perspective. I think Tyler wouldn't appreciate it, but he knows where he's at, so he can't be mad. He did it to himself.
Yep. Shout out, Tyler. You've built an awful team. Got a lot of work to get back up. Number 10, you have Trent here. Agrees with me, but below where Cevan had him. So, Cam, Trent at number 10.
Yeah, he's not his team isn't terrible. I think that Cam Scattaboo getting hurt and Mike Evans kind of being out the whole year kind of hurts my rankings of him. Um, I kind of like his quarterbacks. I know Jordan Love kind of has been on and off this year, kind of more off. But I don't see enough in his team. He's kind of a Brock Bowers or bust right now for me. I mean, I know Goddard's playing pretty well and Keyshawn Judkins has been pretty solid, but other than that, I mean, I don't really like his team at all. A lot of wide receiver twos and yeah, so not my favorite.
Yeah, I felt similarly now and before the season. Took a little bit of heat for it, but you know what? He's winning games. He's still got both of the tanking teams left on his schedule. So despite the, let's just say, perceived lack of team talent, he could potentially be finding himself in a playoff spot before too long here. So we'll keep an eye on that moving forward. Number 9, you have your reclamation draft counterpart, Cam K. You have him down at number 9 despite being 6-4 right now. Why is that?
I mean, kind of the same thing as Trent. I don't hate his team at all. I know it really hurts when, Jaden Daniels goes down and Stroud is kind of pulling a Tua right now, but he's got a great 1-2 running back punch with Jonathan Taylor and Tyron. But we just haven't seen enough of some of his wide receivers like Tet. I mean, having Bryce Young throwing the ball
Yeah.
doesn't help. But um, yeah, it's just I don't see it all the way there. I can see the future though for sure.
Yeah. So on. Strong feelings from you here on his number 9. Is he in the right spot for his rankings?
Yeah, roughly towards that bottom third. I think I either have him in the same spot or I
I
think I
believe
have
you
him in
had
the
him at
same spot.
10.
Okay. Yeah, but similar thoughts. Love the running back room. It's tough with this quarterbacks the rest of the season. And then as we've harped on all year, just the depth and what you guys are calling depth with Tyrone Tracy ever since Scottaboo's been out hasn't been in double digits, so that's nothing. Christian Watson had one big catch in his return and hasn't been in double digits since. So the perceived depth that Tyler loved is still dog shit. So uh, nothing.
Oh, Tyler, back at it again with the shitty takes.
Tyler loves depth. He hates star players. He's much more of a depth guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Number 8, you have Sandy here, led by a duo of elite players, but struggling kind of on the depth front as well. Sandy at number 8, Cam.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on anybody's team. His team's pretty good. I just struggle with Bijan getting out like touched and out touchdown by Algier. I just don't really know. That's his star player for sure. And for him to put up, you know, 10 points, I think, in the last couple of weeks, it's super scary. And then, AJ Brown is still kind of being a baby and not getting the ball. Pittman had a couple good games, but he's kind of back down to where he was. And then other than that, it's kind of that same kind of lack of depth, I think. I don't see anybody really on his bench that's going to get in there and give him, 10 to 15 points.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's been with Sandy is for like the AJ Brown lack of production has been so hurtful to him. His team was anchored by the Hurts Brown stack and then Bijan. And now with, Bijan, at least recently, struggling to get stuff going on the ground, AJ Brown's lack of production overall, like it really hurts his team. But again, another team where he's got a really easy schedule moving forward. And despite, again, lack of potentially perceived team strength, could find himself in a playoff spot here. Number 7, we have our co-host. You have Cevan, aka the Monkito Bug, ranked lowest of the 3 people on the pod today at number 7. A man who's sitting in a playoff spot right now, I might add. Why have him so low?
On my goat Monkas, it hurts to put him down here. But I just making some of the trades he made this year, not
Brutal.
coming to fruition. It hurts. There's a lot of young, very talented players on his team, but he's not going anywhere with Marvin Harrison Jr. scoring 10 points a game. And, Rome Odunze going from scoring 0 points to then, I think 20 this week. So it's just hard to kind of tell if his team's set up to make a run in the playoffs. But one kind of good part of his team is obviously Jahmyr Gibbs is Jahmyr Gibbs. There's nothing really to say there, but Travis Etienne has been kind of sneaky solid for him, and I was kind of wondering about him at the beginning of the year. So
Savan,
Yeah.
any thoughts here? Hopefully briefly, since we've talked about your team every week for the last 11 weeks. Any thoughts here on not just your team, but kind of the last 3 teams here?
Uh, Talked about Kay, Sandy, similar thoughts. The stars, he's his team set up to where his stars need to almost carry, and when they have off weeks, he has weeks like this past week putting up um yeah, sub 100. Gotta just barely scraped by Schrader.
Hey, hey,
Um
hey. No team, no matchup preview or recaps yet.
Sorry, he won last week, scoring under 100. So um yeah, and then for me, I respect it. Only time will tell. I still have, like you said, Jahmyr Gibbs, Drake May, they're holding it down. So all good
yep,
here.
solid team. Malik Neighbors being out the whole year doesn't help you at all. If he
Definitely
was
does
in
not.
there, I could definitely see it being a top 4 team.
Speaking of the top four, we have number six. We have Sumner here, a team that has caught some flack from us, but you have them a little higher than us, Cam. Give us the quick rundown here.
Yeah, I think for the future, I don't think he's set up very well, but I think for now and this year, um, seeing kind of what, Rico Dowdle has been able to do the last couple weeks, Christian McCaffrey being, I think, still maybe running back one, overall one, maybe
Yes.
not.
Not close. Oh,
No,
wait.
Yeah.
he's Jonathan
Sorry.
Or
Taylor,
maybe,
Forgot
okay,
about
Jonathan
him.
Taylor. And then
second.
Javonte Williams, getting me getting fleeced for Javonte Williams now, looking back at it. Those three are kind of what's holding them up. I've always loved Baker. I think that quarterback two spots a little iffy. Don't know really who to start out of those three. Aaron Rodgers, Flacco, and then Trevor Lawrence has kind of been a letdown this year. Um, but other than that, I think it's a pretty solid team. He has a couple guys on his bench that I think, well, he's got a couple on his bench that I think he could throw in and, get him a 10-point game. So that's why I have him at six.
Number five, you have the famous Swerly here, sitting at 4-6, but second in points score, running into some bad luck here. You have him at five.
Yeah, and I wish I probably could put him higher. I don't know. The top four, I mean, I'm in it, so maybe it's a little bit it's a little bit skewed, but his team, not a lot of holes in it. I mean, I love seeing what Colston Loveland's been able to do the last couple of weeks. That he's really coming on at a perfect time. And then a decent Bo Nix fan. He's kind of died off a little bit the last few weeks, but Caleb Williams has been playing well. So his team's super solid, and I could totally see him making a run in the playoffs.
Cevan, any thoughts on Bo Nix?
He is not good. I get that he's QB6 and all, and he's averaging 19 and a half points per game, but Bo Nix, the NFL quarterback, is not good. But
Is he
we
basically
don't
like
we don't
Justin
care.
Fields? He's, not a
Uh,
good NFL quarterback, but fantasy superstar when he's out there. Not superstar, sorry.
yeah, okay.
Fantasy stud.
No, we can't put them in the same category. They do it differently.
He's
I mean,
QB6
Nix
though.
is by
I
far
know.
better than Justin Fields. So.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, come on. Uh, Under 200 yards the last 2 weeks. I was told if you throw that many passes, you need 300 yards, Swirly. What are we doing?
That's what I heard too. I heard that in the chat. But we're moving on. He has himself, the great Cam Thorn, ranked at number four. Started out the gates hot, but has cooled off. I believe with three of the last four games have been a loss. Quarterback play has been struggling, but you still have yourself at number four.
Too low.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
I said too low. Should be higher.
I know, Monkas. I
He's trying to be
I
objective about it. I respect that.
for sure. And you know what? Don't I don't love my team. I think, if everything is clicking, I think I'm right up there with the top dogs. But just the quarterback play has been so dog shit, and to have to choose from Tua Tagovailoa and Bryce Young, it really sucks. I'm glad Sam Darnold's kind of been that, low end QB2 at least. That kind of gives me, 15 points a game. But I'm excited to see that J.K. Dobbins hopefully is going on IR, so I can, start one of those two, and hopefully they can get all the carries and not just be splitting and giving RJ Harvey all the touchdowns. And, J.K. Dobbins, 16 carries for 80 yards and getting me 8 points. So I'm excited to see kind of what RJ Harvey's got in store. And, I got a lot of solid young running backs that maybe not this year, but can see him in the future kind of being a staple of my team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we noted preseason that quarterback play was going to be the downfall. Otherwise, solid starting lineup, and obviously breakout from Tyler Warren has helped that continue to grow even further. But yeah, Do we give us a little scoop on the pod? You got any insights on quarterback moves, or are you sitting pat at quarterback?
Uh, I'm open to anything. I know it's kind of been tough, and maybe everybody thinks I'm a fucking piece of shit.
Agreed.
But I'm open to it. So send those offers, man. I'll take anybody. I might even overpay for some. So
2027 first on the table?
no.
Wow. Okay.
The
Hard, gonna
the
be hard
one
to
one that
overpay then.
year, absolutely not. The one is sticking with me.
Number three, we have Ian. Also on a heater here, 5-5. I believe he's won three in a row here. You have him at number three.
Yeah, three in a row. His team's kind of back and somewhat healthy. It's kind of crazy that his team is still not healthy at all. He's missing Brian Thomas and Marion Hampton on the IR right now. But I kind of look at this team and I'm looking for a hole, and I don't see it. I mean, it's just a pretty solid team. Maybe a little bit of depth problem with those two in the IR spot. But other than that, it's a solid team, and he's kind of getting hot at the right time. So
Mm-hmm. Cevan, any thoughts on the last couple here from his rankings?
No, I like Cam Thorn's team. I like your team, Cam.
thank you.
That uh I did have a question though. Are you at quarterback, are you looking to find a solution for the year or a upgrade for the future or
Heard
whatever?
Cevan has Justin Fields.
That's
Well,
tough
I'm
because
not offering.
yeah, Fields is kind of off the table. He's too expensive for me. Cevan has already shown me that. I almost think that I'm looking for something in the future, but something, I mean, I don't know. I could, Matt Stafford comes out and wants to get traded to Team Cam Thorn, I'll take him.
Mm,
But for right now, I think it's probably set. I don't think I'm making any moves, and it probably is going to hurt me in the end. But
You'll
I'm
have that
just
sometimes.
not trying to oversell, or
if
sorry, yeah, I guess overvalue somebody else's players. So like I'm doing to myself.
I'll say
So
I can promise you that you do not have a history of overvaluing other people's players.
I think giving up two solid, players and two first round picks for a 32-year-old running back is enough to know that I want to win. I'm ready to win.
Who are you? What are you referencing?
yeah, who'd you
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah. The trade that
Yeah, I
never
mean,
was.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Savannah, are you saying something?
uh no, I was just gonna say, Kim, you do know if you make it to the ship, whoever you decide between Bryce and Tua, it will no matter what be the opposite.
Oh,
If he
dude,
makes it to the ship with those two, then oh my God,
I
something
think
went
I
bad.
could. I think Tua might turn it on, man. They've won what, two
One
or three
game,
in a row?
I think
No, they
one.
won.
They
They beat
won one in a
Atlanta.
row. Oh yeah, two
Uh,
in a row.
Big P.
yeah, so
Woo,
I'm
woo.
telling you, Tua's coming back. He might be QB9 by the end of the year.
Wow.
We'll
No, no,
see.
no, 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 no.
Number two, you have myself. Uh, any thoughts here?
Yeah, it's crazy how you've been able to adapt, with losing Burrow in the 2032 NFL MVP, Anthony Richardson, for the year.
You're
Um,
telling me.
I I don't know. Your team's just pretty solid. You're getting guys that are getting healthy and coming off suspension, and really, showing that you're kind of one of those teams that has a chance to win it all for sure this year. I'm a little bit worried about your running back room.
You and me both.
Yeah, everybody's splitting carries, and a 30 whatever 31-year-old running back is leading the way. So we'll see.
I'm
I mean,
trying.
there's not really the wide receiver room is crazy, but other than that, you kind of might need to make a trade for a running back to put you maybe in the one spot. Actually, you won't.
Well, I sent you a trade today. I haven't heard back yet.
I have it in there because every single time I look at it, I get more and more pissed at you. So that's the way I
Number
roll.
one, you have Rob. Uh, thoughts can probably be pretty quick here.
Yeah, not much to say. It's kind of crazy how two of the hosts on this podcast turned Rob into a powerhouse that
I know.
really, really won't be just this year. It'll be for the coming years. And I kind of tried to look for a weak spot on his team, and there isn't anything there
It's
really.
true.
So
Savon, you've taken in his full power rankings, A to F. What would you grade his power rankings as far as how good you think they are?
I'm gonna go just a straight B there. I agree with the top. I'd flip up the bottom, then just have all the middle teams jumbled up in some way. But
yeah,
it's
all the middle
solid.
teams are kind of just
Yeah,
you don't know. I don't know where to
I
put them.
agree.
Yeah, the tiers are in the right spot though.
Agreed. Okay, well, that was fun. Cam can now no longer get mad at our own power rankings for not having him high enough or having Savan too high. We now have his rankings. But we're moving on now to the Week 10 recap, and we're starting here with the real game that was decided by 100 after a very bold call by Savan 2 weeks ago that Cam would beat Trent by at least 100 points. That game ended up being
Yeah.
a 5 point game. And now Ian beats Tyler, beats the brakes off Tyler by 119 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Ian
was.
didn't even have a dud in this game. I believe everybody on his team was in double digits or better. Not better. Everybody was in double digits. Nobody had triple digit game, but everybody was comfortably in double digits. We saw the Trevion breakout game. Tyler's team. Oh God, that's not supposed to say Kyron Williams at 17. That's a mistake. Uh, who was supposed to be the stud for Tyler's team? Probably like nobody.
Traylon Burks.
Yeah, sorry. Damn it, I ruined it. It was supposed to be Traylon Burks, 8.8 points, 3 catches for
Uh,
53 yards.
Didn't Jacoby play decent? I don't know. Like he had
No,
somebody.
no, it was Traylon Burks. It had to be Traylon Burks. I can't believe I
Right.
messed that up. I'm mad at myself now. So either way, Savannah, will start with you here. Thoughts on this quote matchup?
Yeah, this one's tough because last week Schrader broke the record for lowest points and then only was able to hold that record for a week. Tyler quickly breaks the record by a point. Unfortunately, he is back in the goose category. DJ Moore, 0 on 4 receptions with 2 drops. Um, yeah, it's real nasty. Tyler, I believe, like 7 or 8 out of the 10 weeks he's had a goose. It's not fun. And then on Ian's side, had to go nobody. The closest would have been Lamar at 17 points, but that's 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 a high floor to have for Lamar. So
I mean, he
uh
outscored both my quarterbacks together this week. So
exactly. So I mean, insane ceiling week from Ian. Scary. He's getting hot at the right time, kind of like last year, started slow and he was able to fight his way for a playoff spot. Um and then drop 110 points against me in the semis. So looking for more of that this season.
Yeah, as someone who had a similar game like this, I had 170 against Schrader. I feel for Ian having a ceiling week like this in a week where your opponent literally drops 66 points is annoying because he's had multiple high scoring losses this year. It's just so frustrating to have a high scoring loss and then beat somebody by 120 points when you didn't need to. So I feel for Ian there. Cam, any thoughts here?
yeah, like you said, it kind of sucks to use your 185 point week against a shitter like Tyler, but it makes me happy that the shitter was Tyler that he just beat the brakes off. So
I'm gonna
I'm
guess.
happy.
I did.
I'm happy with him.
Sorry.
What's that?
I'm gonna guess. I didn't check, but I'm gonna guess this is the biggest point differential we've
Pretty
ever had
comfortably, I'd guess.
in a
Scott.
matchup. So a
Yeah,
couple of records for Tyler in the same week.
attaboy. It,
Shout out
it, it was a
Tyler.
good week for him to miss the pod,
Yes,
coming off this disgrace of a performance. I'm gonna see if I can edit Traylon Burks into there so it says Traylon Burks because I was excited for that one.
you were.
Shout out Tyler. Second matchup of the week. I accrue a very close loss against Sumner here, but not that my team was deserving of a win in any way. Bye week ridden week for me. Lots of guys on bye, but saving grace, nearly a 30 burger from Davis Mills. I mean, that's just genius for me right there. But Josh Downs, I have started in 2 weeks this year. He has combined in those 2 weeks for, I believe, 3.5 points. Um, yeah, that wasn't really what I was looking for when I acquired him this offseason, but here we are. Sumner did not have anybody have a big game, but I think it was quite notable that Kamara finally got back involved against a Panthers team that is just looking disgraceful right now. And then Rodgers pisses me off. One of the most frustrating things I've ever had in fantasy. I was up by about 7 points, or no, I was up by about 8 points going into Sunday Night Football. Rodgers going into the last drive of the game where they're down by 24 points with 3 minutes left, leads a garbage time touchdown drive to get him up to 7.5 points, which left Luke Musgrave only needing one catch to beat me. Again, I did not deserve to win in any capacity this week, but Rodgers padding his stats down 25 in the fourth quarter is really annoying to get a loss from. So, Cam, we'll start with you here. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, everybody on your team was on bye. Again, I kind of touched on this, but it's your running back room that really scares me. Kenneth Walker now, I think, is probably RB2 on that team. Uh, and it's good for Sumner to kind of pull out that low scoring win on a week where Christian McCaffrey was kind of struggling. I mean,
He was
by
mortal at
struggling, I think
least.
he scored 17 points still, but um in with Javante on bye, and then Dowdle kind of came back to earth too. So it definitely is good for him to get a kind of low scoring win.
Cevan, your thoughts?
Yeah, sucks. Garrett Wilson got hurt again, and he's likely out the next month. Uh, your running back room, Kenneth Walker hasn't scored double digits in a month and a half. Derrick Henry hasn't had his any ceiling game since week one.
Which
So,
I did not have him at the time either.
that's true. So he's I don't know if he's declining or what. He's not the same player he's not putting up the same fantasy points he has his whole career. Kenneth Walker, the shot from heavens this offseason has been a complete blunder. So weeks like this where, you may not need a win, but if we're in the playoffs and your receivers aren't carrying and you gotta rely on your running backs, it's
Ugh. Okay, well, if I'm relying on my running backs in the playoffs, I'm already in trouble, so we're good. Yeah. No.
well, yeah. And then I guess the only other point is it is very coincidental that all offseason backup quarterbacks weren't rosterable, and here we are in week 10 starting two quarterbacks off waivers.
Yeah. No, I have said it. I have altered my stance to say that they are not rosterable in the offseason because they have no chance of gaining value. But in season, they are definitely rosterable, especially with IR spots being filled up, bench spots being available for players. Rostering a backup quarterback can be beneficial in the season, but in the offseason, it is not for the most part.
Yeah.
Just a
And
switch up, Reed. Just a
James, what
big
else was
switch up there.
I'm willing
QB1?
to amend my opinion when I'm presented with new
Just
information, and I agree that they are beneficial to roster in season, just
all
not
right.
in June. We were 12 minutes of game time in Monday Night Football from getting the first Schrader win of the season, but unfortunately, 45 seconds after I sent a message, Jalen Hurts threw a touchdown pass that was going to seal the win for Sandy there. What was supposed to be a very clean win for Sandy coming in to Monday Night Football with Dobbs, Jalen Hurts, and AJ Brown ended up being quite a barn burner. Again, through 12 minutes left of game time, Schrader was in the lead. Jackson Dart continuing to perform well, while Sandy struggles in a couple areas, especially that Eagles game being as bad as it was really hurt him. So, Cam, over to you. What do you think on this matchup here?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one. I got Bijan in another league, actually the league with you guys, the redraft, and it's just super scary. I don't know where this is gonna go from here, but he's not playing like you know, the Bijan he's supposed to be. So I just overall kind of a yawn. Just I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't have much to say.
Yeah, a pretty boring matchup overall. Savan, any interesting thoughts to add?
Nope. Uh, this was a close one for Schrader. He was a touchdown away. Probably if Jackson Dart doesn't get concussed, he might
Mm-hmm.
he might win this one. So
Or if Jack Besh doesn't throw up a second goose,
that's
not second,
probably
like
not
eighth
true.
goose, or starting K. Dotton over either Taysom Hill or Jonnu Smith probably should have been an obvious one there.
You should have
Yeah,
known the goat locket, gets traded or not traded, but picked up by the Raiders, man.
For
That's
all,
what's gonna
yeah,
happen.
for all of Schrader's losses this year, this is a self-inflicted loss on himself. He absolutely could have won this game with not bold start-sit decisions. He's accomplishing his mission. Lose games, man. Get that first pick.
yeah, and then oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
no, squeaked out a win. I disagree with what Cam had said about Pittman. Pittman's been great all year. He's really only had two really bad games. Other than that, I mean, he's averaging 15 points a game. So he's been great, but this week he was bad, along with Romeo Dobbs, AJ Brown, you know, Bajan.
The whole squad.
The whole squad
Yeah,
wasn't great.
whole squad.
Tyler Warren played pretty good.
He is not on. He is not on. He
Oh,
was not part of that
I
matchup.
thought you were talking about the
Get out of
Colts
here,
in
man.
general. I'm
Get out of
sorry.
here.
Fuck. All right. Muted.
We have the closest matchup of the week. Rob just cannot escape high scoring opponents, and Swerly takes a devastating loss for his playoff chances. What was supposed to be another win in his win streak turned into a very high scoring loss, and Swerly is not a stranger to high scoring losses this season. Again, second in points scored this season, but 4-6 right now, 10th in the standings. So, Cevan, we'll start with you here. What was nearly our primetime matchup, but was last second altered to not be, as it was just a banger here. Everyone was holding their breath on Monday Night Football for 5 more yards from Saquon.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but really the reason this didn't at least end in a tie was because Cortland Sutton took a sack, and that was the half point difference in the match. Um, don't know how that happens. It's nasty work. Sorry, Swirly. Uh, Rob, again, I didn't check this, but it feels like he has about 5 wins within about 10 points total. So he's catching some nice breaks, but they're all in high scoring matchups, so nothing against his team. Um, it just sucks. But yeah, Cortland Sutton sack is never a good way to lose.
Yeah, Rob won week one by .05 to Ian. He won week five against you, Savan, by 1.6. He won in week seven or nine by 2.5 points, and then he won this week by zero point 0.5 points. So he has 4 wins by less than 3 points this season. So, but he's won all of them. He has been on the winning side of all four close matchups. Is that sustainable? I'm not sure, but wouldn't be betting against his team.
Yeah, I mean
Cam, oh,
there's just an easy sorry, there's an easy world where the kid's 4-6 right now. And with this team, it'd be like the same boat Swirly's in. So
yes, but he is also still first in points scored. So it's not like he doesn't deserve to be where he
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
by a
I'm
comfortable
saying
margin.
just getting in the
Yes.
playoffs, it's stuff like that that you
Yeah.
need to go right.
Cam, any other thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like you said, it's early. He really needed this win. Couldn't pull it out. And Rob kind of on a off week. I wouldn't say off week, but
When your team's
only
projected to score 165 and you score 154, that's a down week for you.
yeah, that's true. And having to play Warren in the super flex and still scoring 154. Um, and Warren's not a bad player, but he's got, Mahomes on bye and everybody and their mom on his bench. So it's super scary as a opponent of him coming up here in a couple weeks.
What is the panic level for Swirly here at 4-6? 1 to 10, Savan, panic level.
10. It's been the same since week 4.
Okay, well, that seemed a bit premature at 1-3 to be a 10, but
10.
okay, sure. Cam, your panic level for Swirly here.
I'd say probably up there. This week will really decide a lot. So
Yeah, I'm like a 7. This is the first time I've truly been panicked for him. He needed this win Sorry, he didn't need this. It would have made it a lot easier if he had this win. I still think that if he wins this week, I do think he makes the playoffs because I think he wins out. Even if he loses this week and he wins out, he's got a chance at 7-7. But there can be no more slip ups, and he's going against a really good team this week. So I'm really not sure how you're not at least a little bit panicked if you're him. But he doesn't seem panicked. He's not eager to trade anybody. That's for sure. I've tried. Shout out Swerly, man.
He needs to get rid of, Genty and everybody, man.
Yeah,
Just
just
know
fire
I'm
sale.
here.
Call it.
Yep, I'm here. Really, I'm here.
Our second to last matchup of the week here, we have our guest host Cam Thorn taking an ass beating here from his reclamation draft counterpart in Cam K, notably without a quarterback. Both of his quarterbacks were injured this week, was not able to acquire another one, and still dropped 174 points. But obviously, the nearly 50 piece from Jonathan Taylor helps make up for any quarterback deficiencies. And Cam, you are lost three of the last four here. What is the panic level for you right now, sitting at 6-4, going into week 11?
Probably like a 6 or 7. I don't know. I It really sucks, losing by 65, but it sucks even more when he couldn't even play somebody on his team. So
He didn't respect you enough to even play a quarterback.
I know. And having back-to-back weeks where somebody's dropping a 50 bomb on my head, a player dropping a 50 bomb on my head, it sucks. But I don't know. We'll get back into it. We'll get out on the practice field and figure shit out. Bryce Young will be starting again this week, so
The,
um
your 170, 180 point days feel like a distant past at this point.
they do.
Savon,
And
your thoughts here?
Yeah, what's really sad about this? Obviously, Cam K, Superflex League couldn't start two quarterbacks, couldn't even start one. And the real demoralizing thing is if you add Jonathan Taylor near 50 burger to Cam's team, he still loses. So, you know, it's just shit like that that gets to your head. Do I have a good team? Should I even be competing? Do I need to blow it up? It'll have you in a hibernation like state. So
You can relate to that.
definitely can. So that's
it might
real
be time,
demoralizing.
fellas. It
Yeah.
might be time after this week.
Blow it up?
Throwing the trade. Fucking,
Wow. Pretty big
it's
statement here. Well,
be done.
we'll get there here in the next segment, but
Okay, so
again, when you look at the pod that we have for our last three games that we double up on of me, you, Rob, and Ian, that's just going to be a bloodbath. Like everybody has
yeah,
a good to great team. Everybody is in playoff contention. Like it's going to be a bloodbath if those last three games for buys, for playoff seeding, for playoff chances. Like, oh, it's going to be ugly. So I'm not looking forward to it. We definitely got the short end of the stick here that potentially, at least according to your power rankings, the top four teams in the league are doubling up on each other here.
yeah,
God, that was bad.
yeah.
Are
And
doubling up games on each other here. So
and I don't think all four of us make the playoffs. I really don't. I mean, you and Rob are probably set, but I think that if Ian makes the playoffs, I don't think I do, and if I make the playoffs, I don't think Ian does. So
yeah, there's going to be a lot of. I mean, again, we have 10 teams in contention for the playoffs at this moment. So the whole rest of the season for just about everybody is going to be important. It'll honestly a lot of the playoff seeding will come down to who has most games left against the tanking teams because those are going to be easy wins for them. We have two teams who have two games left against them, so we'll
yeah,
see. But it'll be interesting. Finally, our prime time matchup of the week was a little disappointing. Cevan dropping a very solid game here on the back of Jameer Gibbs, and Trent kind of back to his normal state when Brock Bowers isn't dropping 50. Jordan Love, that stinker is really hard to come back from on Monday Night Football, and the rest of his team was just okay, but could not put up with the firepower that Cevan provided in this one. Cevan, will start with you on this one. Big win for you, big win for playoff contention, big win for the future of the Monkas. Am I right?
You are definitely right, my friend. Yeah. decided to sell off Andrews and Diggs last week. We didn't talk about that. We don't really need to, but decided to sell them off. So uh, going before those trades, I was planning on starting them like as flex options because I had two players on bye. So I had to go to waivers, pick up Pop Douglas and Amari DiMercato. They were able to combine for 19 points. So I'm happy with that. DiMercato, limited touches, a lot of yards. So that's cool. Marvin's been quite solid with Jacoby since the bye. Rome back from his goose. Drake May continues to be Drake May. And obviously Jameer Gibbs is insane. So this is a good building for the confidence, knowing I'm not at full strength and I was able to put up, just right around 150. So season's back on. We're done selling, but still trying to work the phones for a trade here.
So are you buying or selling or neither? Because you were selling a week ago, and now what's the deal?
I would be buying.
You'd be buying.
For
Okay.
Zach Ertz is available, by the way.
I know. I was
Is
gonna
his
say,
nickname still fourth round pick?
He kind of bumped up to a third for
Wow.
Cevan, but everybody else you could probably snag him for a fourth
The
still.
Monkas
So,
tax.
yeah,
yep, the
he sent
Monkas
me
tax.
a 28 third. I declined, but I will keep you in the back of my mind if things
Right.
don't work out
All
this
right.
week.
He
All right,
does
sounds
need a
good.
tight end this week. So if we
You
could
need
get
a
a
tight end
trade
this
live
week. I
on
was
air
helping you
here,
out.
that'd be
I
nice.
was helping you out. We
I'm
can get something going.
I am not trading for Ertz right now on the pod
Why?
Because
because
Savan's already got a move in waiting with me for Darnell Washington.
yes,
Oh,
and Ertz is after that.
Yep. So,
Darnell Washington over Ertz?
yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Cam, any thoughts from you on the matchup, not on his tight end situation?
I know his tight end situation sucks,
It
but
does.
if
Self-inflicted.
Bowers is only going to catch one ball for Trent, it's going to really be hard to win games. It's kind of cool to see Savan's team. Nobody really went crazy. I mean, Gibbs played
I think
well,
38
but
points counts as going crazy.
I agree, but I've been getting 50 bombs on me, so I think 38 isn't very much. So, but kind of all of Savan's team contributed this week, I'd say. Sucks Kincaid got hurt, but I mean everybody else, like he said, picking up waiver players that are scoring more than my quarterbacks combined. So
Do you need me to
Yeah.
play like the tiny violin for you or what?
I need somebody to get out there and offer me a quarterback. Offer
Trust
me
me, man.
somebody.
I've tried for the last 7 weeks. It's a fruitless adventure. Because again, 10 teams are trying to win. The other two have no quarterbacks or really good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So 10 teams aren't trying to trade quarterbacks. I'll trade you Davis Mills though.
No.
Okay. Well, any last thoughts here? Week 10 thoughts.
You guys shit on Kincaid too much. He's actually been great all year,
Who was
except for
shitting
the
on
weeks.
I
Kincaid?
didn't shit on him. I said he
Yeah,
got
who was
hurt.
shitting on
You
him?
said the tight end situation sucks.
Oh, yeah, he's on bye and hurt. Or sorry, he
He's
was
not
on
on
bye
bye.
and now he's hurt.
He's week to week, buddy. He
He
ain't
was on
playing
bye
this
a
week.
month ago.
Okay, sure, whatever. You're the
Oh,
one who
6
traded.
and 0 again?
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my God.
Savon takes a 2-game lead on myself. Tyler with a good week as well, putting him up to 2 games back, but a 4-game spread between the four of us. A very interesting home stretch here for us. Will be this only goes through the regular season. We're not picking playoff games, but this will be fun. Actually, I lied. I don't know why we wouldn't pick playoff games.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll get back to it. Good week from Tyler. His first non-3 or 4 win week in like 9 weeks. So proud of him. Shout out Tyler. Hope your honeymoon's going great. But we have week 11 to talk about. We're here. We're still grinding. We're not out on the beach. We're here. And we're starting with the 0-10 Schrader taking on Trent. As I mentioned just a little bit ago, playoff contention could very well come down to which teams have matchups against the shitter teams left. And Trent's got 2 of them. And this is one of them. So not a whole lot to talk about here. All of us have Trent. You'll notice we've got Cam's picks down at the bottom instead of Tyler. Tyler did make his picks separately. That will count towards his record in the picks leaderboard. But the third slot right now is going to Cam Thorn. And as is new tradition, We set a line, 54 and a half points to Trent. Cam, are you taking Trent with the points or are you picking Schrader to cover here?
Oh no. I'll take Trent with the points, seeing what we're dealing with right now.
Cevan?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Schrader to cover. He's been outside of the really, really bad floor weeks. Um, I'm not gonna expect a whole bunch of 0, 1, 2, 3 scorers. He's been around 90 to 100 more often than not this season. I don't think Trent has the firepower to get to 150.
You see,
Um,
my worry this week is that I don't think Schrader's going to have a quarterback to play because
I don't
Jackson
think
Dart is
so either.
concussed.
Russell
Uh,
Wilson.
okay, never mind. Okay, that might be worse than playing no quarterback. Okay, Russell Wilson is his only quarterback. I don't think Purdy will be back. Jackson Dart, I don't think is back. So I will also be taking Trent to cover, and I don't think he's going to need that much to cover. I think a nice 130 should probably do it for him. So I'm taking Schrader or Trent to cover here with the 54 and a half point line.
All right.
Second matchup of the week, we're going back to back shitter matchups. We've got the number one team, the highest scoring team, versus the man actively trying to lose. What can go wrong here? And wouldn't you know it, we've got we've got all Rob this line. I have it 74 and a half, 74 and a half points. Cevan, will start with you. Are you taking Rob with or without the points? Sorry, are you taking Rob with the points or Tyler to cover 75?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pick Rob to cover this one. It's unfortunate, but if you're looking at the matchup, Bill, he's been nothing. DJ Moore is in and out of single digits or zero. He just lost Traylon Burks
Big loss.
to IR probably. His super flex Devon Vele is now on bye.
Yeah, he'll have
Uh,
Scam Ward back.
yes, Aronde Gadsden, knee injury, likely out for a week. And then if his starting lineup's so bad, then surely the bench options aren't better. I mean, we're talking guys Ben Sinnott, Greg Dulcich, Alick, who's tied to Scam. I mean, Jalen Wright, Chris Rodriguez. It's bad. I think Tyler, actually, bold prediction, Tyler's going to break the record he just set. He will be the first player to not score 60 points in a week.
Wow. So
Wow.
what if the line was 99 and a half?
Yeah, I'll take Rob to cover.
What if it was 114 and a half?
No, 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 not that much.
Okay, that's fair. Cam, are you taking Rob with the points?
I think I'm taking Tyler.
Taking Tyler to cover.
I'll
Pretty
take
bold.
Tyler. I think he'll put together a full lineup this week. So
What's
I
a full lineup?
Yeah, he has to put
like
together a full
I
lineup.
mean like two quarterbacks. Like
He's
is
got
what
two
I'm saying.
quarterbacks. He's got Charbonnet, who will surely steal a touchdown. He's got
Yeah.
Quentin Johnston, who's nearly untouchable at this point in his trades. So
Oh, it's
I'm,
insane. It's awful. Let's just talk about Tyler for a minute because he's the worst.
don't worry.
It,
Savannah and I have clowned this man relentlessly, probably too much. Shout out, Tyler. You love getting clowned. You're a glutton for punishment at this point with that trade. So,
love you, Tyler.
yeah, I'm also taking Rob to cover here. Unlike Trent, Rob obviously has the firepower to do this, and Tyler puts up 100 points, and he can still do it pretty easily. So, yeah. Any other thoughts here on either of the shitter matchups?
yeah, two things. One, uh, I know Scam Ward is technically a quarterback, but
What do
his
you mean technically a quarterback?
like okay, his season high is under 15 points. Plays Houston this week. He's averaging
Yeah,
8.78 points per game at the quarterback spot, which
might score
is
negative.
it's I mean, we're talking just under Isaiah Pacheco at quarterback, which I
Wow,
mean, just a
that's tough.
brutal sentence. And then the other thing I was talking to Trent before the pod, and he wanted me to relay a message to you, Reed.
Oh,
He wants me to tell you that you are a horrible trade partner to work with. You're hard to work with. You're
Wow.
y-
I
you're
agree.
you're not fun to work with.
me.
And
I agree.
he wanted me to say that specifically on the pod. So Trent, if you made it to this
I
far in
find
the
that hard to
episode,
believe.
um,
Did I shit
then
talk
then
Trent's
say
team?
in the comment in the likely to dispute chat that that was from you. So
I find that
there
hard
you
to
go.
believe.
Okay.
And
Well,
if he confirms it, I'll have screenshots. Don't worry. Week 11,
okay.
we've got Cevan, we've got Sandy. Pivotal matchup for two, 6, and 4 teams vying for playoffs, playoff seeding, whatever it may be. This could be quite pivotal here. And I'm the lone wolf here. I'm taking Sandy in this matchup. No slight against Cevan. When these picks were made, Cevan does not currently have a tight end that he can play that will score points. Whereas Sandy, for the most part, minus Michael Pittman, is nearly at full strength. Obviously, rip Tucker Craft. But yeah, I'm taking Sandy in this one. I think it'll be a really fun matchup. Was definitely a contender for primetime matchup of the week. But I'm taking Sandy. Cam, we'll go to you first. You're taking Cevan here.
Yeah, when he ends up trading for Zach Ertz here in a couple
Oh
hours,
boy.
I think that he probably he's got a good chance. I'm interested to see what Bijan's got to do today. I know I've been Bijan, but um, he has he has not helped me sleep at night for sure in my other leagues. So I just can't
So this is more
trust
of a
them.
spite pick because you hate
It
Bijan.
is. It is.
Wow,
Bijan is
that's fair.
just yeah. And then Gibbs, I'm assuming another 30-point game this weekend. You know you can't bet against the GOAT Monkas, so glaze, but
Check your inbox.
don't
Savan,
send me so
you for once are picking
stupid.
yourself to win. I'm proud of. Why is this the week you break the seal?
Yeah, we are in do or die mode. We got a month of the season left. It's time to whatever has happened up to this point. I'm 2 games above 500. I had 2 bad weeks, really bad, that set me behind in the points for, and so the teams behind me are outscoring me. So for both of us, me and Sandy, we're behind 2 teams. 2 teams with one less win have more points than both of us. So yeah, if we lose and the teams behind us win, we're out of the playoffs at least for a week. And so I just need to start stacking. This quarter of games that we're going into, I've got one Schrader game. Um, I've got K, I've got Sumner, and I've got Sandy this week. So I need to go 2-2. I need to get to that 8 mark. Eight pretty much guarantees you to get in
8
this
does
this year.
guarantee you to get in.
Yeah, and so I need to go 2-2. I don't want to have to go 2-1. Um, so I need to just knock this one out of the way, guarantee myself a spot at the uh playoff in the playoffs. Yeah.
You are notably 10th in points scored right now, ahead of only the 2 teams actively trying to lose. Does that
Yep.
inspire confidence?
Like I said, those 2 weeks in the middle of the season, just the most brutal 2 week stretch I've ever put together in fantasy since we've been on Sleeper. So, um,
That's fair.
Camden is actively trying to get some extra cheddar on top of what he originally offered me, and
Shame.
if
And
if
I get
if we're
told
Cheddar?
I'm the
gonna,
bad trade partner.
I'm
That's
gonna
not extra cheddar.
There's
The
Facts.
nothing
dog.
Tyler hates more than people nickel and diming you in a trade. Hates it,
I'll,
Yeah,
man.
I'll,
well, he
I'm
nickel
gonna
and
send
dimed.
you I'm gonna send you one more offer. If it doesn't get accepted, it's not happening.
He nickel and dimed Trey McBride.
No,
So
he did
he
the
got
whatever the opposite of
fleeced.
nickel and diming
Yeah,
is. He did the
whatever
opposite.
the
He got as
opposite.
little as he could.
I think that's penny and quartering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, sure. Another week 11 matchup. We've got Horny Thorny himself, 6-4,
it's just crazy. That is crazy.
versus Sumner, 5-5, coming off a win. Also, still vying for playoff seeding, positioning, or odds. But we're all taking Thorn here. A pretty big sweep, I'd say, from the 3 of us to all be taking a team who's lost 3 of his last 4. But Savannah, we'll start with you here. Why are you taking Cam in this one?
Yes, I mean similar to myself, these are 2 teams fighting for the playoffs. Sumner is 1 game behind Camden, and they're within 4 points. So if Sumner wins, I expect him to be ahead of Cam Thorn because I'm not going to project a 4 point win. There was no spread on this, but all the games are tied. So I'm going to say Thorn minus 9.5. Um, I can see it going either way. We know Sumner's going to put up points. We've seen the extreme where he's up in the 190s. We've seen the other extreme where he's around 100. Like to see him right in the middle, but I expect Cam Thorn's wide receiver duo to bounce back in a major way. Instead of scoring 35, they're going to get him at least 50. And then, like he was talking about earlier, with Dobbins being out, watching Travion go for 150 yards is encouraging. Sorry, that's James Cook. Well, yeah, it's encouraging for James Cook as well. Um, but yeah, Harvey, bad matchup, but he should get the majority of work. Tua playing well, gets Washington. So there's a big recipe for a Cam win here, and I'll take Camden to cover 9.5.
Yeah, I don't have much else to add there. You kind of covered it. I angry at Sumner for beating me last week, so there's some spite here. But at the same time, I do have very little trust that at this point he's at least in his starting lineup at this moment, he's starting Jordan Mason and Calvin Ridley, two players in which I have absolutely zero confidence in and will produce. So yeah, there's some question marks about Sumner's lineup at this moment, and Cam is essentially fully healthy at this point, without any major buys, I believe. So yeah, I'm taking the fully ready to go team here. Cam, you're also taking yourself.
Yeah, Tyler Warren's on bye this week, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
But
not a
um,
big loss.
really,
No, I just am a Colts hater at this point.
oh, okay. Well, it's kind of we're kind of opposites. He's banking on his running backs to get him through the finish line, and I'm kind of banking on my wide receivers. I have a couple more players that I think could probably get me some points, but I really just need Puka to go back to week 1 through 5 before he got hurt. So it'll be interesting to see what RJ Harvey has to do this week. I'm very excited to see. So probably he'll put up about 7.2 points, but I'll
Seems
be watching the
inevitable.
whole game. So yeah, against Kansas City too. So we'll see.
Savannah could be a big Audric Estime game for the Broncos. What do you think?
He is not on a team. He
He's
got cut from the
he's probably running a podcast like us right now.
actually he is on a team. Guess what team he's on?
Eagles.
He played no, he got cut from the Eagles. He played 4% of snaps last week for the first time.
Ooh,
Saints.
Wow,
okay.
that might be worse than being a free agent.
Probably.
Him and Taysom Hill,
Schrader
the
Yes.
Superflex
goats.
Taysom Hill.
Yep.
Second to last matchup of the week, we have myself, we have Cam K. Uh, all of us are taking myself here. I do think it's very important to note at this point that CJ Stroud is still in concussion protocol. Not usually a good sign. The next week, obviously, the hit he took was a dirty hit. It was a pretty brutal hit too. The way his neck snapped back to hit the ground. So I'm not saying he won't play, but I think it's a possibility he doesn't play. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is not playing, so it's very possible that Cam is without a quarterback this week, as he was last week. But most importantly, Jonathan Taylor is on bye for him. He will, bold prediction, he will not have a 48-point game in his lineup this week. So I am taking myself. Cevan, you're taking me as well.
Yeah. You are as close to full strength, or you are at full strength, minus Burrow. So this is your wait, is that true? Sorry, Garrett
Garrett
Wilson's out
Wilson.
too. Yep, that's on me. But yeah, the running backs, it looks like sleepers finally come around. Kenneth Walker projected sub 10.
I'm
Love to
surprised
see
it took him
that.
this long to get his projection that low.
Yeah. I would still take Vidal and Williams over both of your running backs. Um, yeah,
But
it's
it's
just gonna
even weak
suck if
Kamani Vidal. You're a big fan of the every other type stuff.
weak.
Yeah, every other week. You say
Oh, it
Burrow and Dak
is.
every other year. That's a thing. Kamani
No,
Vidal
it
every other
isn't.
week. It's happening.
That's true. That's so sad. But oh yeah, I got to take that back. That's on me. Yeah, it's really going to come down to his quarterback. If he gets Stroud, it could be a match. If not, probably going to lose. But we just see him put up 175 with no quarterback. So
Cam, your thoughts?
Yeah, just kind of banking off of you talking about Jonathan Taylor. I mean, the guy's averaging 27.5 points per game. That'll hurt when you don't have him in your starting lineup. Um, yeah, And then, Stroud obviously being out or still in concussion protocol. We'll see, but I think you'll take this one pretty easily. I'll take you in the or I'll take you over the points.
Good. Finally,
Prime time matchup.
we have our prime time matchup of the week, and it is quite possibly the highest leverage regular season game in the league's history. We have the two preseason top two teams in everybody's power rankings unanimously, both fighting for playoff, fighting to make the playoffs. We're not talking about seeding right now. We are talking about making the playoffs. The top two teams unanimously preseason, and we've got a split here. Cevan is sticking with Ian here, the preseason favorite, while Cam and I are going with Swerly. We ride at dawn. I will pick Swerly in this matchup, but we're going to start with Cevan, the lone wolf here. You're taking Ian. Why is that?
Yeah, both great teams. Um, the separator, top to bottom, is the quarterbacks. Uh, as Ian or as Camden mentioned earlier, Caleb's been playing very well lately. Bo more up and down. He had that one huge fourth quarter that everybody likes to hang their hat on for Bo, but
Did that one quarter get him to be QB6?
essentially,
Oh, wow. Pretty good
it's
quarter.
Bryce
yeah.
Young will have one here in a little bit.
That
I'll
seems
let you know when
unlikely.
that happens.
But if you're looking at their matchup, right? We're looking at it, we're staring at it, we're dreaming about it. What do we see? We see projected 51% Ian. That's enough for me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, quarterbacks. We just saw the breakout of Travion Henderson. Don't know if Ramondre is going to be available. It's on a short week, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just sit him just so he gets an extra 10 days rest. And they get the Jets. Uh, that is elite. Nico, hopefully he gets Davis Mills because backup quarterbacks love their wide receiver ones, as we've seen over our lifetimes. I believe that was his Nico's highest targeted game this whole season. Yeah, not even close. 15 targets from Davis Mills. Uh, awesome. Dalton Schultz with Davis Mills, 11 targets, highest on the year. So whether that was game related or not, it still happened. Um, the only concern here is Parker Washington. He was only relevant last week because he got a kick return for a touchdown. But I guess that's the weak link. But I think the difference in quarterbacks, at least projection wise, what I expect them to do, will be made up if you have to start Parker Washington. So I think it'll be super close. Definitely matchup of the week. We've been anticipating it for,
Multiple weeks now.
a few weeks now.
Circled on the calendar.
Whoever loses this one, I think personally is out of the playoffs. If Ian wins, he will 100% be in the top six, no matter any of the other outcomes, because me and Sandy, one of us will likely lose. Hopefully, it doesn't end in a tie
God, that'd be
again.
awful.
But whichever one of me and Sandy lose, if Ian wins, will be on the outside looking in, and then Deshaun, obviously, if he wins, that just makes it more stressful for everybody else because now them two are 5-5, and with the points for to get in. Sorry, that was long-winded way of saying Ian's going to win by 6.
Yeah, that was quite an explanation. Cam, what do you got here?
Yeah, it's a super close one. I like that Swirly's getting CD Lamb back off of his bye. I kind of touched on it. Colson Loveland's been pretty good the last few weeks, and he plays against the shitty Minnesota Vikings this week, so can see him scoring another or having another good game. I kind of agree that, the quarterbacks it's kind of the spot that you look at and you scratch your head on why you pick Swirly, but I think that Swirly's overall team doesn't really have any holes. He's kind of a mini Rob, I'd say. There's not really a bad part of his team, and Parker Washington scares me a little bit in his flex right now. If he gets Ricky to the chest back, I think he might have a chance, but We will see. I'm going with Swerly, but if the line was set at Ian or at 10, I'd probably 10.5. I'd take Ian in the plus the points.
Yeah, this is something I'm more excited this week for this matchup than I am for my matchup. I will have eyes very closely on this matchup. I'm not biased in any way. I don't want either team to win, but I'm excited to see who wins. And I just think it's really important to note that if Swirly wins this game, he'll be 5-6. And his last three games are Tyler, who should be an automatic win. He's currently projected for 53 points in that week. Sandy and Trent. So two good teams like Trent and Sandy are both very much in the playoff mix, but not elite teams. So if Swerly wins this game, I still firmly believe he is well within the playoff conversation to win out and get a spot at 8-6. If he loses this week, it's pretty much over. Like it's not over, but the chances of him making it a 7-7 and also remaining the highest scoring 7-7 team are there, but a lot lower. So, whereas Ian, if he wins this matchup, or if Ian loses this matchup, he'll be 5-6 with games against three of the top three. That's all three of the top teams in the standings right now. So, yeah, this is going to be a huge determinant of the rest of the season, how it's going to go. If Swirly wins, the playoff race is just going to be absolutely bonkers over the last 3 weeks. It's just going to be crazy. So I'm very excited for this matchup. I'm very excited to see how it turns out. It's going to have large reaching implications on the rest of the season for everybody in the league. Any final thoughts as we wrap up here with our Week 11 preview?
Yeah, me and Monkas might make a trade here in a second. I'd love for
Yeah,
it to happen.
he's doing the whole nickel and
But
diming thing.
Oh, Tyler hates that.
You're
He's
doing
got
you're
him.
doing this.
Listen, listen, listen,
Don't try to
listen, listen,
blame it
listen.
on me.
He's got him nicknamed for a fourth, so I'm offering a third, fourth pick swap from 3 years from now for a guy who's about to retire in 2 months. So you can gain the value on the pick in 3 years if you want. It's either way, neither of those picks will be on your team when we get to that draft. So I'm not
Ertz,
budging. Otherwise, I'll just
Ertz is gonna put up 10 plus points. I don't need you getting any better, right? So I'm not just gonna give them to you for free.
it's
If
it's not it's
Sumner
not
came
free.
and wanted it for a fourth, Sumner, you can have it. Oh no, not Sumner. Excuse me, Schrader. Sorry, there's 7 S names in this
Why
league.
would Schrader trade for Zach Ertz?
I'm just saying it's not gonna,
That may somehow be the least sensical move that Schrader's made, and that's a pretty high bar to cross.
I was just saying you don't want to make Monkas better.
Shout out Horny Thorny, man. Making
Dude,
moves.
who did that?
That
Cevan,
was no,
I assumed it was you.
You're so
no, it was not me. Reed,
What?
I can hear.
stop trolling.
I know you're smiling right now, Cevan. That's totally you.
No, I would admit if I did it. I changed Rob's to Rob's Booty. I changed Tyler's to Mr. Slurp.
You changed
I
mine.
changed Reed to Nike Gorilla 5.
I
Why
was
would I
like,
not admit that I did Horny Thorny?
I was just like, dude, did I make this I mean, I made this Discord so long ago. I'm like, did I make it that as my name? But that's
Last thing before we cut out, Rob. I'm just noticing this now. He is leading the league in points by nearly 100 points. His opponents are outscoring him on the year still. He has scored
holy cow.
1538.15. His opponents have scored 1538.4. That his literally every week he is in a high scoring matchup, and the fact that he is leading the league by 196 points, 96 points in points scored, and his still getting has a negative point differential is wild. So
Yeah, I think I put up 195 against him. That was the week that I put up 195.
yeah,
Um,
so Cam, you and I are his only losses, weeks 2 and 3.
Dang.
122, 116, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go fleece Tyler for Trey McBride and Devontae Adams, and
Yeah.
now he's scored 140 or better in every week.
Oh,
Cam,
dude.
do you want to have any? We can open the floor up to you if you have any comments, to anybody or
Yeah, this will be the
anything.
last time we ever invite you back
Yeah.
on.
No, that's fine. Maybe I'll get everything off my chest I need to about Tyler. I just find it hard to believe that he just glazes all these other guys, and then when it comes to me, it's he starts off 4-1 this year. Let's put him from ranked 7th to ranked fucking 10th or 11th or whatever it was. Tyler, I need some answers on the next pod. I just need something out of you. You know, Reed asked you a couple pods ago what you thought about it. I needed an apology, and you had nothing to say. So appreciate you ruining this league this year, giving fucking Rob just the McBride, but you know what? I still love you for sure. So
Well said. We'll
And
make
that'll
sure we'll beat the answers out of him
we need it.
on why he
I need it.
disrespects you so much.
It's insane. I want to see what his rankings are. I guess it comes out in what, a week, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, 2 weeks.
yeah, 2 or so. Yeah.
Back to 11. Back to 11 I go.
Well, that'll do it. A wonderful episode here. We don't have anything else planned for the rest of the week. Enjoy the matchups, and we'll see you next week.